my name is Ellie Lee, and for those of you who don't know me, what have you been doing? Just kidding. My name is Ellie Lee, and I'm a TV host and an actress living out in New York. And I have been struggling with YouTube a little bit because I find, on YouTube, everybody has like their own niche, You're the beauty girl, you're the hair girl, you're the comedian, the LGBT supporter, the girl that drinks and also cooks. Everybody has their own niche. And so I have been struggling with my niche because I'm like a vegan, but like I'm also do a lot of things on camera. I'm a TV host. I also act and all that stuff. So I thought I would just do a YouTube, series on like how to become a TV host. And I thought this would be the first introduction on how to become a TV host. And so welcome. I looked on YouTube to see, I'm like, all right, let's see all the TV host vloggers out there. And there aren't a lot. And there's not really a lot of videos that explain to the people out there who are interested in TV hosting, what it takes to be a TV host. So I'm kind of here to, act as a guide, as a mentor, as somebody who has done this for a long time on how to navigate things. Now, for those of you who are asking, okay, biatch, how are you certified to tell me how to become a TV host? You may not know me. I may not be a household name, but I have been working consistently as a TV host for I would say the past 11 years. Okay, not consistently. I took maybe 3 years off. I took some years off, so that's not fair to say. Okay, so I've been a TV host for a long time. Anime News Network.
I'm Ellie Lee. Let's go over all the happenings in anime this week.
I've been a host for MTV Korea.
Welcome everyone to MTVK presents BAP Live in New York City. We've ushered them up here for a special segment of our show, while fans will get the chance to ask BAP a few of their own questions, beginning with me. Ha! All right.
So till next time, I'm Ellie. Thanks for watching.
People Style, VH1 News.
Okay, you're not real life. You're so pretty, I can't. Oh my god.
Your body. That's all I'm gonna say.
I just want you to know the secret behind that lift and everything gets stronger.
And then how do you smile?
Big Morning Buzz Live with Nick Lachey.
I just have to start by saying that I adore Ellie Lee.
Yeah, right.
Ellie Lee she's like the sister that I never had growing up.
Wendy Williams Inside Scoop segmenter.
Please welcome to our show for the first time, entertainment journalist Ellie Lee.
Amazon, First We Feast.
Hey, what's going on, world? It's Sean Evans. This is Empty Calories, and this is my co-host and friend, Ellie Lee, the only person I know who watches more TV than I do.
iHeartRadio.
Hey, I'm Ellie Lee. You're watching Need to Know. It's the best music and viral news in the shortest amount of time, every single weekday. But we cannot be stopped. Here's a recap of everything you needed to know this week.
Hey everyone, I'm Ellie Lee with iHeartRadio, and yes, I am standing here with Liam Payne. Liam, we're gonna play a very special game today, but before I do that, I need to invite into the room your biggest fan of life. Are you ready? So I'm not playing here, okay? I have had my share of experiences. I have done many things and many projects because I've been, working hard for a while. So I know what I'm talking about. Okay. So I would say like the early 2000s, I grew up in the age of pop music, So I was brought up on TRL, and for those of you who are my age, a little bit younger or older, you know about TRL. It's called Total Request Live. It was hosted by Carson Daly.
Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the show. It is Wednesday, January 27th, 1999. There are Jesse and the Total Request Live fans out in Times Square. We are live. MTV taking over Times Square in New York City for the next hour, giving you the top 10 most requested videos in the country. My name is Carson Daly.
It was an MTV show that came on like at 3 p.m. every day. It was an MTV show that came on like at 3 p.m. every day. It was a live show, and it was a countdown of the top America's top favorite music videos. And artists used to come on the show, and they used to have these like specials where they would be like, find the next VJ, which is like a video disc jockey. So there were competitions on to become the next VJ on TRL and like on MTV, and it was huge. And so I grew up on pop music. I grew up on Carson Daly. I grew up in the day and in the age of VJs, when being a VJ meant something, when it was something really cool and like awesome, and it was something that you strive to be. And now the day of the VJ, it has changed quite a bit, and it's not the world that I grew up loving, but it's a world, okay? And I'm living in that world. And so I knew that in high school, I was going to be a TV host. I was like, I just, that's what I want to do. I want to talk into a microphone, and I want to be in front of a camera. You know, when I was in college, I just started hustling. I also grew up in the time and age when E was poppin'.
Is this the Milky?
Yes. I grew up watching red carpets, and so it was always the flashing lights, the stars, how are you doing today? Always captivated me, and it was something that I like just knew inside of me that's what I wanted to do. So I get a lot of emails of people being like, I saw this video of you interviewing so-and-so, and I've always wanted to do that, and so how did you, start your, ways? Like, I'm in college now, can you help me out? I really wish that there was some kind of, pamphlet, maybe a good book, a good article on the internet, a blog, that showed you step by step, like if you do A and you do B, it'll get you to C. But, the world, the entertainment world, and like, showbiz. Okay, very dirty. It's not like that, anybody will tell you the industry is not an A plus B equals C thing. It's a very much like a, P is over there. Can I go get M over there? Oh, where's A? It's like, huh? And so I don't ever know what to say to people when they ask me, how do I get to where you are? And so I'm just gonna let you know my story, how I learned how to get to where I am and how I learned to do the things that I'm doing right now. So for those of you who always ask me, how do I become a TV host? Okay, the first answer to that is, okay. Let's take a breather. Let's really think about it.
Okay. Let's take a breather. Let's really think about it.
I think you have to really think about why you want to do this, The reasoning is that you just want to interview K-pop stars because you love K-pop stars. That might not be a good enough reason for you to want to be in this industry and like fight for it. Like, this has to be something that you really, really feel in your heart, that you feel really passionate about, that there's something about it that really calls to you, and I think that a lot of people find that in their life, that thing that calls to them, that thing that makes them feel like, oh yeah, this is it, this is it. And so for me, TV hosting was that. And so I think that you should feel that burn inside of your soul, inside of your soul. And so if after, you say, yes, Ellie, I do feel that, then I would say, okay, great, that's great. Now, as somebody that has, yes, been doing this for a long time, it is very hard. Sometimes it happens really easy for people. Like, somebody could just be hustling for 1 month and then get chosen, and then their life blows up and they're just this huge star and everything goes well. If that happens, awesome. Killed it. Stop the video now. You don't need to watch anything. But for the rest of us, you'll do a lot of things, but it doesn't necessarily mean that, you're going to be like this huge, rich, awesome, famous, like, celebrity. No, you got to understand that this is a career. This is a job like any other. It may be different from other people, yes, but this is a job. And you are competing against many other people that are just as great or better, a bajillion times better than you. And so it is a race like every other race. You gotta understand that if you are like me, you have to fight for a while and work hard for a while, then you'll see that this isn't just your world. You realize many people are also in your world, and you're competing against the best. And so I would just say you have to make sure that if you are hungry for it, that you're ready for the ups and downs of this entire industry. In college, I studied communications journalism. My first venture into hosting came with a site that I used to write for called soulbeats.com, and there's a K-pop specific video that I made on this. They really let me have a voice on their site, and they let me like go on camera and like interview K-pop stars, and so that's how I started. So I would say for anybody that's out there that has like no idea on how to become a TV host, the major part of this whole thing is experience. The more experience you get, the more you will learn and the more you will get better at your craft, right? No one is going to give you this experience unless you're like, Maria Menounos' niece, and she, has that connection. If you have like a direct connection to somebody that's in the game, that's willing to see your work, great for you. But for those of you who don't, who I was, I didn't have any connections to anything. I would say, any opportunity that you can get to be on camera, to practice, to experience, go do that. You guys have all of these resources to reach out to and, really do your own thing. So I would say do your own thing, because it's very important to keep learning about yourself and learning how to do an interview if that's what you wanted to do. Now, I am not an anchor. I don't report hard news. Could I do that? Sure, for sure. Okay, so if you're a network out there and you want me for some fun news, but also for some hard news, I can do it. Breaking now. I'm your host, Ellie Lee, and tonight we're talking wolves. Every opportunity you have where you can be on camera, where you can, honing that skill. You gotta hone that skill. And the more you hone it, the better it'll get. And so that's what I did, I was just like every time I heard like the word audition, or like I would intern in certain places where I would listen to like anything like, oh, someone who needs to be on camera, and I was just ready for it because I knew that it's what I wanted to do. And so that's how I started, and I got my first gig for Anime News Network, and it was a huge learning experience for me. People do ask me if I did take classes for things like this. I am not professionally trained. I never took a hosting class in my life. That's not to say like, oh, look at me, I've never taken a hosting class, and look at you, you have to. No, it's literally because I just always felt like I was always practicing by myself. Like, I would just always like talk to myself in my head, or like my roommate at the time, Amanda, I would always just like interview her and she would pretend to be all these like celebrities. And so I just was always practicing, and I felt like I just like understood how to do it just by practicing and watching a lot of like, and growing up watching to host all the time. So I studied, know your things. So yeah, maybe take a class. Maybe that will help you, if you're somebody who's afraid of public speaking, take public speaking classes. Oh my gosh, they will change your life. I have a friend who did it and it changed her. It made her really love public speaking. It's amazing. Maybe you're scared of the teleprompter, because a teleprompter is an interesting machine that you have to learn as a host to work, okay? I don't ever think the teleprompter is going to go away. I don't think it's a script while you're doing a show is ever going to go away. So you really need to learn how to read a teleprompter. You just got to do it. And also, just working on your speech, like making sure that you're articulate. So yeah, maybe you should try it. And if it's in your city, try it. Let me know how it goes. Let me know if it works for you. And so like that might be a thing, like I'm also an actor, but I've taken many acting classes, so I can learn how to act and like, also learn like what acting is about, and it helps me immensely. Another way on how to become a TV host after you have hustled, after you have produced your creative ideas and put them online or wherever you want them to live, and after you have taken some, hosting classes, and you still are trying to learn and how to be hungry on how to achieve this dream of becoming a TV host, I would say get on the internet, go on sites where they hold auditions, for a host and for people who just need someone like an MC, even doing like MCs. For a while I really thought about like, should I do a side hustle of MCing weddings, because I was like, that's a good way for me to be like engaging with a crowd and also, learn how to like, draw people in. Do you know what I'm saying? And have them focus on me, because I am holding the microphone, people, and I need you to listen. Like I was always like searching online for like hosting auditions, like does anybody need on camera talent, da 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 da, ba da 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 ba da ba da ba da 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 da. Okay, yes, and now I'm sure the next question of this video is like, what about your reel, and what about, where do you even find these auditions, and where do you go for these auditions, and do I need an agent, and all these things. I can talk about that if you're interested in that in another video, because my God, I'm like talking so much right now. I'm like, hello? We can talk about that for sure, but what I'm talking about now is, you know, just search online and see just some kind of the auditions that are out there and like read, you know, the summary or the kinds of people that they're looking for, and, you know, really start thinking about what kind of host you are. You know, what are your interests? What do you think is going to be like your strong point, or the thing that you're gonna most love talking about? You know, what is your thing? You know, so while you're doing all the things that I taught you today on your, you know, your early steps on becoming a TV host, really start thinking about who you want to be and like what your identity is. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, follow me on Instagram, please. I know I'm always asking you guys to do a lot, but until next time, I will see you guys later. Signing off, Ellie Lee.